The battle for Athens is about to begin. Hey, how's it going? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to another glorious Rome Total War siege battle as we dive into the last bastion, Athens, standing strong in the Greek peninsula as they try and repel the invasion of the Romans. And we kick this battle off right away with a out-sally fourth of cavalry looking to harass these turtles. I think that's what these are called, which are looking to destroy the walls, and they are going to collide in on the Praetorian Guard. However, the Praetorian Guard are going to come in with a pretty big peeler throw and charge in. So yes, this battle is getting kicked off with a massive bang. Also, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner, this battle is also 17 minutes long. I don't tend to do battles this long because they end up being kind of sloggy and boring. However, I was told this battle was extremely close and I trust the people who sent it in, so be sure to strap yourselves in for an exciting engagement down to the last man. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this. Rome 2 siege battles going back to vanilla Rome 2. I've been enjoying myself, and if you guys have been enjoying this, be sure to drop a like and a comment down below. It really helps out the channel. Also subscribe if you haven't already, because we upload battles like this all week long. And be sure to hit that bell button, because without that bell button, your subscription is basically meaningless. So yes, we're going to be diving in, and as I said, we will be cutting out any like boring bits or anything that goes on for too long. We'll cut it out. So if you see this video being a little bit shorter, that's because I've just made it more enjoyable for you guys. So yes, the Athenians are sallying out some citizen cavalry, some really nice cheap units. However, they are going to be taken on by the Kingdom of 420, aka the Kingdom of Kush. And they're going to be charging off and basically repelling the citizen cavalry that came out. And this is a really nice delay tactic for the Greeks, because it basically slows up and kind of disorganizes the Roman advance with these heavy tortoises. Yeah, you can see them right there. These will destroy the walls, but that's slowing them up pretty massively, and also done some pretty serious damage. As well as that, the Roman Tokyo Drift ship has just turned up with the general unit of Principes coming on to the field of battle. It's kind of weird that they brought a unit of Principes to the engagement, but they did nonetheless. So let's quickly take a look at what a few of these factions are bringing. So pushing up the siege towers, we do have some Principes and veteran legionaries looking very, very clean as they push forward these pieces of siege equipment. We also have some of these Praetorian Guards right here. Again, pushing up more of that, and the rest of the Roman army is going to be hiding in this shrubbery out of view. We also have an artillery piece by the Kingdom of Kush right here. They have a lot of bowmen. I believe their archers are some of the best archers in the game. I mean, look at them goddamn bows. They look insane. They really do look crazy cool. Then we also have some more of these like heavily armored, or I guess lightly armored, but fast moving and good damaging units of infantry as well. So these warriors are going to be charging in fiercely, hopefully doing a ton of damage. We also have some of these disciples of Apodamak. Again, a really strong unit, lots of offensive damage. So these guys are lightly armored, but they're very, very good at doing a ton of damage. And once again, the Greek citizen cavalry coming in and doing a ton of damage onto the Principe general unit, whittling it down. However, I think this might be all she wrote for them. No, they're going to escape. The Kingdom of Kush needs to send cavalry like round the side and block off their retreat. Would be much more favourable. And here we go. The walls are now starting to be destroyed along this part. But if you take a look at the Greek forces, we do have some forked swordsmen. Going to be a very, very strong offensive unit. More of these hoplites. Right here, we have some of the Spartan hoplites as well. Yeah, I forgot to mention that the Spartans are here. You know, they've put away their differences to fight the greater threat of Rome and repel them, so they've all kind of garrisoned Athens. We have some of these mercenary Cretan archers, some of the best archers, if not the best archer unit in the game. More of the Spartan pikemen. We also have some more pikemen from Athens back here. Lots more Cretan archers, which are going to be doing so much damage. And then finally, the Spartans are garrisoning the kind of victory point right here, the last stand. We have some heroes of Spartans. Sparta even. I doubt these guys are going to go down easily. More of these Peltis units. And then finally some more heroes of Spartans, which are going to be garrisoning the last couple stands. So very, very great offensive units. It's going to be an insane battle. Let's just dive straight into the action. And we'll kick this bad boy off with a pretty epic charge with the Praetorian Guards coming in, looking to soften up the offensive units. And, you know, I'm pretty surprised that the Roman player is willing to commit his like elite units this early on. But I guess it's not a bad idea to throw these guys in straight away. It's just normally they end up being the main focal point of the enemy missile fire. But it's a great unit, you know, if you can bring it to bear and you can throw it in against the enemy, you know, elite units. Oh my god, whoa! This dude is teleporting. Has he just seen the movie Jumper? And he's just, oh my god, they're all going! Look at them go! Jesus, the Romans stand no chance whatsoever. The citizen cavalry came in for a nice rear charge there. However, I think this is going to be the demise finally. More Romans pouring in. You also have this bit of wall being destroyed by the tortoise as well. I wonder if that's going to kill any of the Romans pouring in. I mean, basically, I think he killed a couple of them. Yeah, actually killed like 2 or 3 of them. I honestly think that the attackers need to keep on using these tortoises. They don't need to just abandon them. They need to make sure they destroy all of this wall because... Oh, they also destroyed this with artillery. This was a nice move, destroying this by artillery. But you basically just need to destroy the entirety of this wall. Because, obviously, in a battle against Greeks, they're going to have hot potatoes, they're going to have great defensive units. You need to open up as many breach points as possible. So, I mean, if I was the Romans, I'd grab these bad boys back up and take them all the way down here. You know, obviously destroying these towers are important as well. The artillery, if you have any ammunition. And then we go more and more of the Romans, the veteran legionaries. Caesar's legionaries are going to be moving forward now into the engagement, looking to reinforce the breaches in the walls. And these like pieces of siege equipment are so good in a Rome Total War siege. They're a must. If you're playing like maybe historical, maybe you won't bring them. But if you're playing to win, you want to always have these because, like, basically nullifying the walls is so important, and these things barely get damaged by fire arrows as well. So it's just so important, really, isn't it, to bring them because you basically just get rid of the walls. Now, it's also a good idea to bring a siege tower or 2 because if you can get your archers on top of the walls to then shoot down at the enemy, that's also extremely useful. But from the looks of it, it seems like Rome is just looking to brute force their way through this battle and win the day through sheer, you know, melee skill. Oh, that peeler throw going in was nice. Didn't kill too many of the Athenians, though. Oh, these are Spartans even, sorry. I saw the kind of blue undershield and assumed. Sorry for assuming your country, or I guess nation, assuming your nation, Sparta. But these are Spartan hoplites. We're getting some missile fire coming in, or just the peeler throws overhead. And it looks like they're trying to just completely envelop the Forux swordsmen right here. And they are down to, you know, yellow morale right now, so that's not great. Yeah, a lot of these outwards units are down to a much lower morale, as we do have the Romans taking this tower. And a really interesting thing about Rome 2 that you might not notice, which is in Attila, is when you take a tower in Rome 2, it doesn't destroy it. It basically flips it so it's on your side. So taking these towers is great because it's like, it does, you know, increase damage and it shoots at the enemy. So taking these towers is actually a really important way of pushing forward. Well, the Romans are just doing such a great job right now at breaking the Athenian defense. You know, these Praetorian guards, these veteran legionaries have such high melee attack that it is very hard for the Athenians, especially just these hoplites, to really repel them. Because the Roman attack is just so high. And as you can see, they are just cutting down the Athenians, even in a hoplite wall. Especially with these missiles coming up as well from the Kingdom of Kush. Oh, actually, are these the Roman Syrian archers? Yeah, these are Roman Syrian archers mixed in with the Kingdom of Kush and their men. And they're going to be just, you know, finishing off the rest of these hoplites. A lot of the archer fire going on the pikemen. And as you can see, the initial assault has gone very well. Oh, we also have the Kingdom of Kush pushing up heavily over here. They have some of their pikemen and also some more of their infantry as well. It's really annoying. I didn't bring the mod with me, which allows me to zoom all the way in. So apologies. It makes it look so much better when you can zoom all the way in. Okay guys, sorry about that cut. I just had to go ahead and grab up the mod that allows me to zoom all the way in. I didn't realize I didn't have it on, and it was just annoying me because I want to be able to zoom this far down into the battle and really watch the engagement unfold from the point of view of the soldiers. Also, it allows me to zoom a lot further out as well, so we can see a bit more of what the grand scheme of things going. This is a great mod, and I definitely recommend anyone to use it. So as you can see over on this side, the Romans are pouring in more and more elite soldiers, breaking the Spartan hoplites and soon to invade. However, there are plenty more Spartan hoplites ready to hold the Romans back with everything they've got. This dude even has a peeler in his shield as well. Man, I really hope whenever Rome 3 comes out, they can make the peelers actually destroy the shields. That would be so amazing. I really, really would. Because right now, you know, in Rome 2, they just make the Romans really strong. You know, just a high melee attack, high melee defense. But it'd be great if they, like, applied a big debuff to the enemy and the animation actually removed their shields as well. That'd be so cool. And maybe there'd be technology you could get to improve your shields to prevent that, so that'd be pretty cool. It seems like the Romans have made pretty good headway over here. They are now being fired upon by the Cretan archers. However, we do have the Romans forming their famous testudo. The Romans are going to be able to repel any of the Cretan arrows that come their way, so nice move there by the Romans. Over on this side, we can see the Kingdom of Kush fighting bravely against the Athenians. I believe, oh, this was such a nice move by them, and the Spartans let them do it. They managed to get their infantry off of this hill, off of the wall even, and break ground. But it seems like they're going to go back up. Why'd they do that? It seems like it would be such a good, beneficial thing. How did they even get up here as well? Did they just run through? I guess they're planning just to be up there, some light spearmen, and do some harassment or something. And maybe they must have just run through here, because there's no other way for them to get up on this wall. But it was a really nice move. And this is what I was saying, like, bringing a couple siege towers would have been so great, because you could have, like, made a proper breach point right here. But for now, it seems like the Kingdom of Kush are struggling a little bit. However, they have a lot of these pikemen here, and the pikemen are going to be able to, you know, hold their ground and do a lot of damage without taking much damage. So that's always pretty decent when you do use pikemen like that. You guys be able to bravely fight ahead. But I think the main push right here is the Roman side of things, because they're kind of acting as a shield wall right now for the Kingdom of Kush to bring in a lot of their archers. And obviously their archers are going to be doing a ton of damage. I imagine mainly focusing down these Cretans, trying to whittle down the defenses of the Spartans and Athenians. What Spartan unit? This is another unit of Spartan hoplites here, fighting bravely against the Praetorians. And I think these are still the same units that actually came in the initial breach, which is kind of insane. Just goes to show how strong the Praetorians can be. Very static battle line right now. But it seems like the Spartans are kind of pushing back the Romans. You can see right here, there's like a bit more of an indent into the battle line. Big shout out to them. I'm really just trying to open up as many avenues as possible into into Athens, really. Because if they can open up this section of the battlefield, that'll be great for them, because it will allow them to then come down another path and another path. Because they've only decided to attack from one part of the wall, this one right here, it limits them and it makes them very choke pointy. So it's really imperative that the Romans can get out of that. Oh, a really nice move here to bring over the Cretan archers. These Cretan archers are going to slaughter the Kingdom of the Kush pikemen. They're a lot more lightly armored than, say, the Greek pikemen. And these Cretan archers just do so much damage. So the fact that these guys are over here, they're going to rain down fire and destruction upon the Kingdom of the Kush. It seems like the Kingdom of Kush, I mean, I feel like the Romans need to come over here and sort this out. We also have some of the Spartans going up onto the cheering victory and honor. The Spartans coming up upon the wall here to defend. And yeah, you can see the Kingdom of Kush is completely broken here. I think the Romans need to come in just to soften up this up. Because if they can break this part of the wall, which I think is really important they do, so they can open up these other assault routes. They can then use their men to come around the back and kind of open this up. They can then also attack the final layer right here. So I feel like the Romans just are going to ignore this, but I feel like it's very important they come around here. Because the fewer defensive points that they have, the worse it's going to be for them. And we do have the archer fire coming in now as well. Throwing down onto the Spartans, trying to hit up these kind of backwards infantry that maybe aren't involved Oh, wow. Look at this dude as well. His eye is like completely covered in blood. Maybe he has been blinded. I mean, it looks like his eye is still working, but that looks awesome. Look at him, man. That's awesome. The battle is raging on all sides, and I'm really going to be interested to see what goes on over here, because a lot of the archer fire is coming in, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to get some of these archers up on the wall, because as you can see right now, the recruiting archers are going to be focusing them down. A nice maneuver here by the Kingdom of the Kush coming in. It seems like the Romans have kind of given over command of this to charge up and try and take care of this. And I really like the maneuver that they're doing right now, breaking these Spartans, getting through these sideward gaps and kind of enveloping the phalanx, because obviously that's so important to envelop this phalanx. As the Spartan shield wall tries to hold to its best ability. See right there. Spartans holding firm. Oh, that dude's just getting cut down. Brutal stuff. Yeah, and these like curved blades as well by the Kingdom of the Kush going to be doing a lot of damage. There's one dude just going in, taking out the enemy. More infantry though going around the side. Well, the Spartans are holding them in place. That's going to buy the Cretan archers a lot of time. You can see they're focusing on the Romans. Don't really know why these Romans aren't in Testudo. I'm sure they'll form it very, very soon. Look at him go. Oh, wow. What? Oh, yeah, that's my screenshot button. It's literally impossible to take screenshots on Rome 2 without doing that. I've tried to change the keys 24/7. It just doesn't work. Very, very nice stuff here by the defenders holding their ground. And again, still only light assaults coming in over here. I feel like the Romans, like they've got a good line of these really aggressive infantrymen right here. These are lowly armored, but they have good melee attack. So like I feel like they should just commit these swordsmen over to this side and try and break it when there's so much focus over here. Because the Spartans are going to go down soon. The rest of the infantry is going to break, and then having this extra breach, because if they broke through this part, there's only, 2 units defending it. They could then draw more units away from here to push over on this left-hand side. I think that'd be so valuable. We are seeing big breaks in the defenders' line, so they've managed to finally secure this part of the battlefield and take these gates. It's going to be great because it means the towers are no longer going to be shooting them, as well as that it opens up another breach point for them to push in. They are under pretty heavy fire, though, from the mercenary Cretan archers. So these Romans need to form Testudo, I think, to prevent that and push on forward. It seems like they're just going to charge that Peeler throw. Oh my god! The damage of that caused. I think that killed 20 dudes on that Peeler throw. And the hoplites are actually going to charge back at the Romans, which is not something you see too often. Look how ridiculous that looks as well. Imagine how heavy that shield would be. There's literally 4 Peelers into his shield. These, I guess, disappear down to 1, which is nice. More Peeler throws coming in, though, from the unengaged infantry. And now they're just going to quickly wrap up this infantry unit. And look how much room there will be if they can break through this. I think if I was the Romans, I would actually send, if I could, get 2 units around here and just try and open up this breach point. Because if you engage them right here, then you can then send them round the side and stuff and just do a ton of damage. We do see some of the picket hoplites going around this side, maybe trying to set up a small ambush or something. Wouldn't be too bad. Over in the central part of the battlefield, though, there's still heavy fighting. No real side, showing, victory quite yet. I think the Kingdom of the Kush will win this eventually. It's going to take them a little while to break through this. And again, the Athenians will continue just to filter in men, keeping the enemy at bay here, which is obviously really smart. And that's what I'm saying. They need to send something around to this left-hand side. Maybe they're just simply biding their time so that, you know, a lot of the forces are committed to these 2 choke points. But just imagine if they, because if there's not a lot here, right? You send 3 units of infantry, you envelop the hoplites, you kill them. Then you're going to have to get more men being brought. But right now, they can really just commit so many men. And there you go, the Athenians are already broken there. How crazy is that? And they need to quickly charge in on these pikemen before they can form up and stop them. I imagine a lot of the missile fire is, yeah, focusing down the Cretans. It also wouldn't be a bad idea as well just to focus all the missile fire on these Spartan hoplites. But I think killing the Cretans is like the #1 priority because they can just do so much damage. You know, either to the missiles or to the infantry. There you go, 2 units. Oh, there you go. The missile fire is now focusing these guys down as the Kingdom of Kush is charging in. And yeah, the pikemen are just so good in vanilla Rome 2. Apparently not to that invisible horse though. If you guys remember, there's a GIF, I'm sure everyone who's watching this video has seen it, of day 1 Rome 2 before the pikes got nerfed. They were literally like a unit of infantry just hitting a goddamn brick wall. It was crazy how strong they were. They were literally impenetrable. I'm surprised these Romans aren't forming testudo, if I'm honest. And even the Cretan archers are charging in now to this fight to try and hold the battle line as the Romans continue to break further forward. Yeah, Praetorian Guard are just so good. They really are. Especially when they're fighting, like the Cretan archers will get minced. So let's take a look at things. What can be sent over here? So there's another unit of 4 swordsmen, very, very good. But I don't know. I feel like the Romans just have a lot left. I mean, I guess they don't have that much left. In honesty, like in all honesty, they have like they've kind of committed a lot of their men, but the defenders really only have this Spartan last stand and whatever is over here still. And it wouldn't even be a bad idea just to send 1 unit to keep these guys, because these guys can eventually have to come down here, right, and try and defend this. But still, these pikemen are just going to be able to hold for so long. Like, this is basically like pointless them attacking this because they'll take so many casualties here, the Romans. It might be better just to, you know, take up a good portion of this infantry and come round. Or they are though bringing over some of their Syrian archers. And these guys are going to be able to do plenty of damage, so I imagine that's why they're being brought over, to try and hammer away these pikemen. This one on the left is a little bit wounded. You can see their kind of line is a bit skewered, so it's not a bad position to assault. We do have some peltists coming in as well. How many kills are these bad boys on? What is it? On is U? Oh, UI, I guess. Yeah, we want to do this one, right? So pelters up to 44 kills. All of these dudes doing decently. The Romans are, oh my god, this one Roman unit is 101. Pretty nice. These guys 17. 240 on this Praetorian infantry. I mean, they're basically done, but even still. Almost 300 kills on this Praetorian before it breaks. That's very impressive. I'll leave that up on the side just so you guys can see. Because I'm running this in 1440p, it's not too big, so I'll leave it there. Let me know if you guys want me to keep this up here in future, because it's quite nice to see what units, how many kills they've got. Sometimes it can get a bit messy when I'm doing that all of a sudden, but I try and keep my mouse like off of the battlefield and so you guys can see and it won't just glitch around. So let me know if you guys want to see me do that more often in these battles. Because playing on 1440p, I don't think it's that in your face. I really don't. So, yeah, the Athenians are basically all spent now. They don't really have much left besides these missiles and, like, these handful of units right here. But besides that, they really don't have much whatsoever. The Syrian archers have come across now as well to go ahead and push these missiles back. Syria, go away. If I needed you, Syria, I would call you. Yeah, these pikemen, I mean, the Romans aren't attacking the pikemen. They're falling back now, I imagine, to allow the Syrian archers to shoot. But, yeah, we're just not going to be able to break through this whatsoever. They really aren't. And we're going to have some more infantry from mercenary Cretan archers moving up. And now is the perfect time to assault this position. Look at this. The last of the Athenians are moving back to these positions. Just assault this. Just smash through it. Come on, Romans. Even with cavalry could probably break this unit of Spartans if they smash around the sides. Oh, it'd be so valuable if they did. But I feel like the Romans are fully committed just to this head-along charge into these positions. Okay, so after a lot of missile exchanging, these pikeman units right here have now been broken, which was a really nice move here by the Romans, using all their peeler and just trying to focus down one unit. However, it was extremely costly because it meant that when they were focusing down the pikemen, they lost all of their Syrian archers, and that could come back to bite them in the later stages of the battle. You know, they managed to kill the pikeman, which is very important because it opens up a breach point, but even still, losing 3 units of your Syrian archers is going to be deadly. The recruiting archers just melted them with their superior range and everything else. We also see that the Kingdom of Kush are finally breaking through this position after heavy fighting. It seems then with the support of the Romans, that they are just killing these swordsmen after such a long time of defending, and that's going to be so nice of them. However, we have another unit of picket hoplites, but I think this is literally, there's 2 units of hoplites left, and then you have the Spartan last stand right here. So, oh, they need to get through here. Quickly charge, engage them. Yes, this gap is open right now. This gap is open and ready for anyone to break through it. And I think we might see the Romans do exactly that. Oh my god, how are these units still fresh? I mean, these are exhausted. I don't understand how this unit of Roman legionaries is still fresh. The Romans, though, need to exploit this gap. You can see a lot of these soldiers coming in to stop that. See the Spartan, missiles being broken down. But we have more pikemen here as well. It's just disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting that they have this many pikemen. And it doesn't seem like the attackers have enough missiles to really deal with them. And that's what I'm saying. It would be so important just to open up more breach points, because I don't think they'd be able to defend all of this. And they have a lot of infantry still left remaining. Oh no, this is catastrophic for the attackers. The fact that they're being enveloped is huge. The Romans are going to come in with another peeler throw, killing a lot of these missiles and these cavalrymen. This isn't cavalry for the Spartans getting killed. Peeler going to be doing a lot of damage to these Phoenix swordsmen in the side as well. Yeah, the Romans really need to commit more of their infantry around here, and I'm just saying, this one breach point, man, oh, it just opens up so much. It would mean that literally these guys would not be able to commit as much here as they have, because they'd have to defend this point of the battlefield. Even if it commits their Royal Spartans up here as well, that would still be good enough, because these Royal Spartans, would be getting taken down and tired out. We are getting some gladiators thrown into the battle, and this is a really good move that they didn't commit these gladiators too early, because the gladiators obviously are very lightly armored, extremely lightly armored. So having them coming into towards the end of the battle when the enemy don't really have much missiles left is very, very a good way to use them, because they're such a great offensive unit, and they'll slaughter these Cretan archers. They really will. So throwing in the gladiators is a smart move. And yeah, they'll start slicing through this part of the battlefield and hopefully exploiting the gap themselves and going around. Romans are going to focus everything in. I mean, this is a good move as well, because there is a gap right here. Oh, they're bringing up their Scoriextonari, or however you pronounce it. And the picket hoplites are here. So where did the other pikemen go? I swear there was another unit of pikemen here for the Athenians. Maybe I just misread it. No, they're back here. Yeah, the pikemen are back here. They need to be careful, though, because this unit of Spartan hoplites is getting kind of smacked in the side, and if they lose any of these pikemen, I think it's kind of over for them. Oh no, they're falling back. Why don't they just push this assault? Picket hoplites are taking a ton of damage. The Athenians are being broken here. The Kingdom of Kush are holding a nice line right there. And just, if they had anything, like, just send these Royal Guard over there or something, man. They dismount them and charge them in. It'd be so useful. If they just went back round and, like, charged in. I know I keep on going on about it, but just imagine it, You'd either commit these dudes out to defend this position, or you draw more men out from here to go and help. Seems like the pikemen are going to be able to once again repel them. However, the Spartan pikemen are now taken care of, so this should be the perfect opportunity. Like, look at this. This unit is already eyeing up the exact route they need to take around the pikemen. So after these javelin throws go in, I think it is go time And, you know, there's hardly any Athenians left. They just need to pile in with their numbers and really try and push forward. Also, how crazy has this battle been? Like, the balance of power is still mega close. I mean, it's kind of in favor of the attackers, but if the attackers can't seize the initiative and break through this, I think the defenders might have a great job, because they still have all of these hero Spartans. And if the hero Spartans don't get enveloped, there is no way in hell they will die. They are such a strong unit. And here we go, finally, exactly what I was saying needed to happen. You need to pull these guys through, though, because they're going to get stuck. Yeah, you need to just keep on going. Keep on going. There's a gap here. Come on, keep on pulling them through. There we go. That's exactly what we want to see. And these pikemen know that they need to try and do something to stop these dudes. But again, now there's a huge gap right here. You need to bring around this cavalry. Oh, this would be amazing. Get the cavalry through this gap. I mean, you can hit all these missiles in the back. Yeah, go, 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 cavalry. That's exactly. This is what I love. When I see stuff like this, and I'm like, oh, there's a gap here, and the players immediately do it, it makes me so happy. Because I know it can be super stressful a lot of the time playing these battles, and you miss this stuff all the time. But, you know, when I say stuff and they do it immediately, it's so great, because it's like, yes, you guys are on it. You know exactly what you need to do. And look at the devastation they caused on these Cretan archers. And they're just going to get the hell out of here. And there's like nothing that the defenders can do about it. It's either they were thinking about committing the Royal Spartan Guard out, but then they decided to retreat them back. Because, you know, they're going to make their last stand. Is this like 300 Spartans? No, not quite. Actually, yeah, this is 300 Spartans. No, it's 400 Spartans. For a second, I was just like, I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's 400 Spartans. Last stand of the 400 Spartans. God damn it. I could have just done the most clickbaity title right there. The last stand of the 300 Spartans in the defense of Greece or something. Maybe I'll title it 400 Spartans. I don't know. There's a few titles I've got in mind in this video. Maybe the epic last stand of the 400 Spartans in the defense of Greece. That sounds pretty awesome. Maybe we'll go with that. Yeah, now these pikemen have been enveloped. There is no escape for them whatsoever. You got the cavalry running amok, and they should be just brought in to hammer and anvil. I'm surprised that this unit of Royal Spartans is still here. You know, there's just Royal Spartans, for God's sake. There's 160 of them in a unit. I guess they're just still, in case anything comes over, maybe they've been forgotten about. These poor Cretan archers. These poor Cretan archers. There is nothing they can do against the heavy shot cavalry of the Kingdom of 420. And they're coming from the other side as well. That's brutal. And the cavalry is then coming around to clear up what remains of these picket hoplites. And the picket hoplites, I think, are the lowest tier of hoplites. Well, they're called picked hoplites, but whatever, who cares? I'm sure I'll get loads of comments saying that. Hey, it's better for engagement. So the Royal Spartan Guard are coming out to fight. Brave, brave men, indeed. So this is where the last stand is. I don't know if they know what they want to do, honestly. Because I think holding this one choke point is probably their best chance, but maybe they just commit their long line here? I don't know. I just feel like this is going to make them extremely vulnerable to the envelopments. Because now there's so many gaps, the cavalry can just hammer and anvil, engage from one side, and then envelop. We also failed to see how this battle goes on for 32 minutes as well. I honestly do. I mean, obviously, if they fall back, maybe. But even still, I find it very hard to believe. Oh, wow. Yeah, where are these guys going? They're looking to try and catch this cavalry, which wouldn't be a bad idea, but now it's going to leave them extremely vulnerable. Yeah, look at that. They're trying to envelop the cavalry, which is a smart move, but now it's going to make them enveloped. Yeah. And these guys have to literally just, like, defend this. Going after that cavalry was not the greatest move they could have done. Is there any way up here? Yeah, the attackers can just quickly take the city center if they wanted to. I'm sure they won't do that because that would be boring. Here we go. We have some of the Royal Spartan Guards coming up. I mean, even still, even if they get enveloped, the Royal Spartan Guard will hold bravely to the last man. Like, the Royal Spartan Guard are not to be messed with. They are very, very deadly units. And they will take care of so many of these guys. You know, you can see that they're being enveloped every which way you go. So even now they are completely surrounded. You know, the Spartans will still fight bravely with cavalry charges going everywhere around the battlefield. Again, if you get the cavalry around the back, that's going to be very, very painful. And they actually managed to repel a few of these units. Wow. Oh, they're pushing them back. They haven't killed them, but they're just pushing them back. The Royal Spartans are over here with the Athenians. Oh, is this the city centre? I thought this was. Wait, what's the capture point? What is the capture point? Is it this one or is it this one? Well, no, it's Rome 2, isn't it? So you just have... No, it is. There is one major capture point, right? Or in Vanilla Rome 2 is that you need to hold the majority of them. I honestly don't know. Honestly don't know. Oh, a big cavalry charge right there, ripping through the Spartan ranks as they were not formed up. That was brutal. And yeah, has the enemy Spartans enveloped is a sad time indeed. Oh, that Spartan getting taken down. Brutal. Let's just quickly take a nice little screenshot right there for the last stand of the Spartans. You already know that this is going to be the thumbnail right here. The brave Spartans holding firm. It's so annoying that it zooms me out like that. I've tried everything to remove it. The Spartans going to get another assault coming in on them right here. The Roman legionaries pushing in. And as you can see, even though the Spartans are completely enveloped, how many kills? Oh my god, this unit of Royal Spartans has over 200 kills. I think that was the one that was fighting over here, maybe. Oh my god, yeah, these Royal Spartans are doing damage, man. And even though they've been completely enveloped, they are still holding bravely on. Pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. Again, sorry, I apologize. I should just take these screenshots afterwards. But sometimes you see a screenshot and you just have to take them. Yep, the Romans are going to come around every single side and basically cut them down bit by bit. I mean, I imagine we're going to have this final last stand here. Maybe the Athenians are going to try and sneak their way through and get up here so they can defend both capture points. I'm actually 100% sure how it works. I assume if they're defending this capture point, that's the one they need to defend. But maybe it could just be whoever has majority of capture points. I guess we can see on the map, right? If we do this, does it show me? No, it doesn't. Yeah, I honestly don't know. Okay, so the last stand is about to commence. The brave 400 Spartans hold their line. With some help of the Athenians, of course. You cannot forget the picked hoplites either. They're going to be standing their ground. But I didn't actually realize how close this battle was. There's not a lot of Romans or Kingdom of Kush infantry left. They have a lot of cavalry, but the fact that the Spartans are going to be holding their last stand right here is going to be, you know, brave, epic, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what they can do, especially with the help of the brave Athenians. Form phalanx and defend, boys. Hold this goddamn line. I don't think the Romans have any missiles either left remaining. These cavalry charges are going to have to come in and try and break in between the gaps between these battle lines. But to be fair, there's not really a lot in the way of infantry. I mean, the infantry are coming around, I guess. I was going to say, most of the infantry's coming here, but also coming around here with a couple Romans is also going to be very deadly. Some pretty elite Spartans, you know, this is what they're made for. And they are breaking some of the Romans. I mean, these are veteran legionaries. I think they're using up the last of their Pila now as well, which is kind of good that they're using them on the picked hoplites. I honestly don't, like, I know the Spartans are very, very depleted and stuff, but I kind of like to root for the underdogs, you know. We saw what they did over here. They did manage to kill them, obviously, eventually, with the cavalry charges to the rear, but they enveloped them over here, and that's why they took them out so easily. Well, not easily, but, yeah, that's why they took them out. Whereas over here, it's going to be very hard to envelop them. It really is. So, yeah, we're going to have to see how they fare here. Spartans coming in to just close the gap a little bit more. Yeah, the cavalry charges are going to have to come in and really try and like hit these. If I was the attackers, I'd make my cavalry really thin and just try and smash these battle lines. Got Romans about to charge in here as well. Brave Spartans. Those of you who are about to die, I salute you. Romans still just waiting. They're biding their time. They want to completely envelop them before the charge comes out, which is not a bad idea. There is no rush right now to finish them off. They're just simply looking to completely envelop them. I'm surprised they're not pushing maybe a general unit around this side as well. The Spartans are just simply, this is epic. This is a truly epic last stand, guys. So if you have enjoyed this, if you made it to this part of the video, be sure to drop a like and a comment down below. I'd really, really appreciate it. And especially if you want to see more battles like this, then I highly recommend it. No, they're still just enveloping. That's fine with me. They literally, this is an actual last stand. The Spartans are enveloped. Cavalry charges coming in. Hold the line! Hold the goddamn line, you brave Spartans. Everything just smashing in with ferocious assaults. Man, that last stand. We do have the amazing bonus, though, from the Romans coming up. I'm not actually sure what that is. I think I've seen it before. This is like stand your ground or something. Oh, presence. Your general reduces the cooldown timer. Oh, that's not that great, I guess. That's actually kind of useful if you have a bunch of generals around there, but still. Man, these Spartans are being surrounded. The cavalry charge pulling out, and I imagine getting ready to charge back in. But the Romans are breaking. At least some of the Romans are breaking. They've even got their general unit in here as well. Cavalry charge simply just falling back. I guess ready to charge in once again. Hammer and anvil, especially as it disrupts the Spartan line so much. The cavalry charge kind of, you know, was a bit lackluster right there. Another cavalry charge coming in. However, because there's so much infantry kind of scattered around here, it's hard for them to find their mark. I mean, I imagine this is probably their best angle to come in, but there's a lot of infantry around here, and the Spartans are keeping the line at bay. You can see them, though, coming around. Lone Spartans must hold this line. Oh, wow, no, this is awful for the Spartans. What's happening here? There's a massive gap there. Only held. The Spartans have messed up here. And they're quickly running back into formation. Yeah, that could have been catastrophic for this last stand. A lot of the Romans, though, their morale is low. And if the Spartans can kind of kill one side of this formation. Another charge, though. But each one of these charges do get a little bit deeper. Just kind of buckle the Spartan infantry that little bit more. Deadly stuff indeed. We'll speed things up a little bit as the cavalry just comes in and out with these hammer and anvils. The fighting is fierce. How are the numbers looking? Yeah, there's not a ton of these Spartans left. Balance of power is very much in favor of the attackers, but I don't know. I just wouldn't count out the defenders at all, because if they can rout the Romans, the Kingdom of Kush only has cavalry left, and obviously the Spartans will do very good against the cavalry. But I don't know. I feel like the Spartans just don't have anything left. They are like Ian Bill in EastEnders. They have nothing left. Oh, the Romans are reforming up to get another charge in, just trying anything to break away. The Spartans are down to only a handful of men. Closer to 300 now, or under 300 now. But yeah, this cavalry is not really going to be doing like a crazy amount of damage. The Spartans have buckled in completely, allowing the cavalry to probably get some good rear charges. The Romans are just engaging them, charging in. I feel like this is very much how historically the hoplite and Roman battles went. Like the Romans would continually punch into the hoplites trying to break them, and then waiting for a gap to appear, and then kind of like a handful of men would get round. It was cool to see it kind of actually playing out, because normally in Total War battles, you don't get like historical-esque battles. You know, it's two lines clash and whoever wins, wins. And whoever wins the flanks wins as well. But it's kind of cool to see kind of these, you know, like constant charges in. Gives the Spartans respite to reform, but allows these charges to continue to come in and break them. But I don't know, I feel like the Spartans are fighting a losing battle now. The Athenian general was about to break with his brave last couple men. Spartans are so pocketed in right now. It's like Cannae. There is nowhere for them to escape to. There's one Spartan is going man mode right now, just diving into the enemy ranks. Cavalry charges coming in once again. With a Royal Spartan Guard holding the battle line. Cavalry though is pushing in. He's trying to kind of like surround them as much as possible. Yeah, he's trying to break up their formation. And they're doing a very good job of it as well. Another cavalry charge coming in. Yeah, these King of Kush is just hammer and anviling the formation as much as they can. There's like no infantry left though for the Romans. They pulled out again and I assume they're going to charge in any second now. And as you can see, the Spartan formation is such a mess right now. Because of all these constant charges, there's not really much they can do. One brave Spartan just lifted him over, and I'm sure another soldier dispatched him very quickly. This goddamn tree's in the way. I want to follow that Spartan. He's like literally into the tree. He has a really cool helmet on, so I want to follow him. They're breaking some more Romans. Wow, maybe there is still a chance. Who would have thought it? Maybe. There is hope. Yeah, killing a few of these dudes as well. Not bad at all. Romans are falling back. There are just so few Spartans left. Literally almost under 100. There's like 150 left. I don't know about this battle. The balance of power has kind of shifted back into the norm now. Wow, what an ending this would be if the Spartans managed to come back. This would be like one of the most unreal battles that have ever been fought on Rome 2. And of course the Spartans are the ones holding. We're going to be getting another charge here by the Romans. Imagine any second now. Yeah, here we go. They're going to come in once again, looking to break these brave Spartan men. Oh, very nice. Sorry, that has to be our screenshot right there. Right there, man. That has to be the thumbnail. I'm sorry if you guys I saw that and I was like, yes. That is the last stand of Sparta right there. Oh, so annoying there's a goddamn tree in the way. I don't think there's a better way for us to get that screenshot, though. That looks sick, but look at that, man. I know I'm being a bit slow here, but... Is there any other better angle we can get? I don't even know where it is anymore. Oh, right here, yeah. I think there's a better angle we can get. It's just a tree, literally. And we want the Spartan shield in as well, obviously. Yeah, there's no better way. I don't think we can get that. Maybe like a little bit of an up shot. No, the Roman is like in the way as well. Yeah, that's the best we're going to get. That looks great, though. That's such a cool kill animation. And once again, the Spartans are just constantly being broken upon. But there's like one unit, there's a Roman general left, and then there's just cavalry. And I feel like if there's just cavalry left, I don't know if they'll be able to win this. I'm actually really interested. I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Oh, the Spartans are so close to breaking. They're so close to winning this fight to the last. And you could easily see this day one. All the generals are breaking. The Spartans are going to do it. Oh my God, the Spartans have this 100%. They just broke the Kingdom of Kush cavalry generals, and now the generals are going to have to come in. The Roman general is breaking. Oh yeah, the Spartans have this. Okay, guys, if you have not liked this battle, be sure to do it down below in the comments right now. Costly victory. And I want to see comments rallying the Spartans. Like, everyone in the comments right now salute the Spartans for their glorious show in this defense, because my God, I was not expecting that. I thought the Spartans would die with honor, but no, they held to the last. What a close battle. Shout out to Hobbit for sending that in, and Swift for playing it as well. I really appreciate the replay. You know, it was a very, very long battle, but, you know, it did perform. And when battles are that good towards the end, I'm okay with them being long and doing these every so often. So, yeah, holy crap, what an insane battle. That was a brave last stand of the 400 Spartans. So let's take a look at the kills. So, yeah, as you can see, the Royal Spartans getting well over 200 kills on basically every unit besides the general. Some of their kind of just normal Spartan hoplites did struggle, but their cavalry did an okay job. Over on the Athenian side as well, some of their Ferox swordsmen over 200 kills, and their Cretan archers just did so much damage. Over on the Roman side of things, we have plenty of kills on these Eagle cohorts right here. The almost 300 kills on them, so they do a ton of damage. And we also have some Praetorians as well with almost 300 kills. And then finally, the Kingdom of Kush, they're pretty decent. These armored warriors did a nice job. Their bowmen did great. It just seemed like this other kind of infantry struggled a little bit, but they all have over 100 kills, so I guess it's just, you know, they just didn't have enough of them. Maybe a few more missiles would have been great for them, and maybe one less cavalry. But there we go. That was a battle. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to drop a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.